it up in second place. And here comes third place from Kelowna, British Columbia, Heather Wurtel.
Pre-race was a little hectic actually. I woke up, well, Izzy actually woke up before my alarm and wanted to feed, so I was feeding her. I had no idea what time it was. And then I was trying to get back to sleep. I'm like wondering if it was the middle of the night or early in the morning. And then once she fell back to sleep, my alarm went off and it was super loud and woke her back up. And so that was at 4:25. The nanny wasn't going to come in until 5 o'clock. So I was trying to get ready, and she, when she's half asleep, she wants me to be near her. So that was kind of hard to try and get dressed and comfort her. And then also I needed to pump. And so I texted my nanny, who is awesome, and she came a little bit early to grab Izzy and take care of her and get her dressed. And so I could just focus on getting everything ready for the race. But yeah, my mind wasn't really on the race until I got to go downstairs and start riding to the race. Definitely a lot of other moving parts when you have a little one. Yeah, I was thinking about Izzy a lot out there on the race course. Every time it got hard, I just had a little picture of her in my mind, and it let me dig deeper. And so she's definitely a big motivator for me. And then, I was excited to see her when I crossed the finish line, and I grabbed her and she was kind of like screaming, yelling excitedly. So there's not much more that you can ask for as a parent. So for this race, I didn't expect, no one expected it to be as cold as it was. I think it was 50 degrees this morning when we started, and it didn't get much above 60 by the finish. The water temperature was about 70 or 69, which allowed for a wetsuit swim, so that was at least better than non-wetsuit swim, and the water felt warm, the warmest part of the day. But I had Castelli send me one race kit, and I said, oh, Tex will be hot, just send me the singlet top. And I thought they were going to send me the long singlet top, but they sent me the run singlet top that I usually race in Kona, just for the run. So of all races, I had the tiniest, skimpiest little top. I was going to put a jersey on over the top, but instead of doing that, I cut some plastic and put it underneath my sports bra, underneath my race top. And that really keeps you warm. So anytime you're in a bind and it's cold, just, that's kind of like a lifesaver. Put some plastic under there and it stops the wind from cutting through your jersey and touching you. So that definitely keeps the warmth in. I think before the race I was kind of like worried, and I mean, you shouldn't really care about what anybody else thinks. If you know what your goals are and what you're setting out to achieve, then you just follow that trajectory. But I didn't think I'd have a great race, and so I worried that my sponsors and people that support me would start to think that, oh, maybe she's done, her career's over. But I'm definitely working really hard, and as you can see, still could be at the top of my game. And my coach keeps saying that, you know, I could still race better than I ever have, and that really excites me. And I mean, that race today is probably the best I've ever cycled in a 70.3, so that's really promising for me and exciting for me moving forward. So we're gonna go now, there's all the big triathlon clubs in Texas all along this first part of the run, cheering everyone on, and the club that is the loudest or rowdiest, I get to judge. They'll get a free entry to this race next year. So let's go see who the rowdiest is.
He's on his second, almost made his second. Thank you.
Great job! The most difficult part today was just physically. As I mentioned, I've really only done 2 months of, well, really only done 3 weeks of full training and 2 months of semi-full training, and so the latter part of the bike I definitely was starting to feel it. My glutes were starting to lock up as well with the cold weather. I find that sometimes in colder weather my glutes will start to lock up, and that certainly happened at the end of the bike, and then the start of the run felt pretty rough. But yeah, I mean, mentally I feel like I had my A game. I just felt strong. I wanted to push, I wanted to hurt myself, and that's what you need. You need to be in that kind of mindset to be able to go to the well and to be able to perform at the highest level. I'm just cleaning everything out. I've got sticky sports drink, Roctane in this one, and had some Coke in the frame, and I'm sending this back with Tri-Bike. I'm not going to get the bike back until probably mid next week, I guess. So I just don't want everything to get disgusting and sticky and moldy. So quick rinse out with water and should be good to go. I tell you what, it is so nice not to have to go home and pack the bike now. I'm dropping my bike off at Tri-Bike Transport. See you later, and I'll pick it up from the bike shop on the local bike shop in Colorado sometime next week. So happy to not have to deal with that, as well as a stroller and a baby and everything traveling home. All right, now we've got to go head to the airport, get back to Boulder, get back to work. And my next race will be in 5 weeks in Monterrey, Mexico. So hope to see all the Mexican fans down there and everyone else who's racing.